Howdy, welcome back. In today's lesson, we're going to introduce functional style programming. We'll begin with a motivating example that will introduce some important terminology along the way before we actually introduce functional style programming in a more formal manner. So with that, let's go ahead and get started.